Another season is upon us. The passion, intensity, pain, hard work, and glory. Indelible images from the past still etched in our minds.
Michael Jordan, a huge mental mistake. The Sparks, one last chance. And yes! Wittenberg, it's a long ways. They won it! There's the pass to Leitner. Puts it up. Yes! It's Hayward at midcourt, launches the shot. Oh, almost went in. Forrest shot. Holy mackerel! Holy mackerel!
CBS Sports begins the road to the Final Four in grand style. North Carolina and Kentucky, 12 combined national titles, over 4,000 wins, with many of the faces and images that define the sport as we know it. Last season, a disappointing regional final loss to Kentucky sent the Tar Heels packing, but fueled the fire for the return of their dynamic group, hoping to add their names to Carolina lore. It's been 13 years since Kentucky celebrated a national title, but the #1 team in the nation is young, talented, on the verge of something special. It's a top 5 showdown next on CBS. Come on in the Rupp Arena as we get our road to New Orleans underway with North Carolina and Kentucky on CBS. And hello, friends. Jim Nance along with Clark Kellogg. Good to be with you again, pal. Our first time since the championship game down in Houston.
Terrific, Jim. Extremely excited to get the road started to New Orleans in this place with these two teams.
Yeah, these two teams, these two storied programs. Just look at all the marks right at the top of the list. Kentucky all-time first in wins. Carolina third. Carolina has the most Final Fours. And only UCLA has more national championships than Kentucky. There they are with 12 between them. Everybody's back from North Carolina this year.
Jim, I think they have the best combination of talent and experience in the country. That's why they're ranked as high as they are.
And now the young cats of Kentucky. What about them?
No upperclassmen, but you look at all 5 averaging double digits. A talented #1 team on display here tonight.
Let's take a look at the AT&T Fast Analysis. And Clark, you've got a little fast analysis for you. First with Zeller.
Yeah, Zeller has been terrific in the past. He has not gotten off to a strong start so far this season, but he's a real force inside with his ability to post up and shoot the jump hook over both shoulders. He'll need to be a big factor here today for Carolina.
And how about for Kentucky and Teague?
Kentucky, it's all about Marcus Teague being a good decision maker in his last 3 games, Jim. He's had 18 assists and only 4 turnovers.
What else to look for in this game as far as decision making?
Simple is best for Marcus Teague. He has a tremendous ability to get into the lane. Here we'll see him rejecting an opportunity to use the screen and roll because he sees a seam between the defenders that allows him to get into the paint, under control, on balance, and then he'll find Anthony Davis for an easy layup. Plays like that is what John Calipari expects from Marcus Teague.
North Carolina was #1 the first 3 weeks of this season. Now Kentucky's #1, and they're going to meet in a moment on CBS. There is Coach Roy in his 9th year at his alma mater. He's taken Carolina to a couple of national championships, and his 5 is back with Marshall, the assist king, and Strickland, and that vaunted front court with Zeller in the middle, Barnes and Hinson flanking him. Meanwhile, for Kentucky, Teague, Lamb is back from last year's Final Four team. Kid Gilchrist, watch Anthony Davis. He is something else, as well as Terrence Jones, also returning in his sophomore year. Coach Cal, season #3. After Elite 8 the first year, Final Four a year ago. Zeller, backing him in, has it stripped away, and here comes Teague. Teague with Marshall defending, and he goes right by him. Quick head ahead, and there's Barnes on the wing, and he hits a 3. Kentucky, he is something else. And he got Hinson for North Carolina, who's defending right here on Jones.
Two of the very best in blocking and changing shots in the country.
And banked home by Michael Kidd Gilchrist, freshman from Summerdale, New Jersey. A high school teammate of Dexter Strickland of the Tar Heels, and that's another turnover. The third already on Carolina. Kid Gilchrist has it blocked on the way in, but a foul first. It's against the Tar Heels. It's called on Barnes. Of the Tar Heels and Kyrie Irving from Duke a year ago. They were all teammates, and they won that New Jersey Tournament of Champions title.
Good matchups everywhere on the floor, Jim.
Blocked by Henson.
And that's one of them. Work by Henson, moves his feet, times his jump, and denies it.
Henson, who fouled out of that Elite Eight game last year, as they go backdoor with Lamb. It's Jones driving in on Henson again. Got blocked the last time. Not this one. And that's off Carolina.
Side to side. They've taken a couple of quick one-pass jumpers, and that time they get it inside. A better move by Zeller to go quickly into a shot attempt. 5 a game in North Carolina's run to the Elite Eight before being beaten by the University of Kentucky in what I thought was a splendid game by the Wildcats. Was in March at the offensive end. Not a good look for Teague there.
Yeah, the rebound right into the arms of Henson. Bullock is in for Carolina as Henson takes the jumper and gets it.
Nicely done. Good patience that time, Jim. He squared up and a good jumper for Henson.
Jones drives in and tucks it.
Man, that's a big boy move right there, partner.
Against a great defender who hits at the other end. Stolen. Bullock has it. He's got a 2-on-1 and takes it all the way in. Ties it at 11. This time, jump shot doesn't fall for Terrence Jones. Barnes with another 3. He's got 2 already.
Going up and down.
Oh, and there is Davis. So smooth. You're almost 2 minutes past the window. About the post-game remarks about the offensive execution.
Because they're very good defensively. They get after the ball, they challenge shots, they help each other out, and usually they finish with the defensive rebound.
That ball tapped long to Kentucky and Lamb. Lamb is blocked by Barnes. Second foul on Barnes. Something to watch as Jones rattles it in on the drive.
21 points a game in his last 3, and he's just a much more mature offensive player, not rushing as much, not settling for quick perimeter shots.
Here is Jones coming off 26 against St. John's, and not this time. In the paint, back to the corner. Hairston, who's playing now. That was a big question mark coming in with a sprained wrist.
Of Hairston. He's a right-handed shooter, so as long as he can comfortably catch the ball, he's in good shape.
That's Teague, and that's a foul call against Carolina. Foul, this freshman from Indianapolis. Hairston, that quick release, and he's 2 for 2. Made a very unwise decision to tweet the other day that he was going to be out for this game.
Well, one of the things involved with tweeting with our young generation is they sometimes refrain to pause before they peck.
Kid Gilchrist. McAdoo gets it out to Hairston. Hairston hits the floor. He's heading to the line.
In the world of social media and cyberspace, it's a teaching tool. It's a tremendous platform when used properly.
He's off the bench with 8 points as Miller has it swatted away by Henson. His second. Miller goes again and this time draws the foul. Will it be Zeller? It will be on Zeller.
Started the last 2 years. Came off the bench as a freshman and is now comfortable.
Yeah, he was the MOP of the SEC tournament last year. As Henson almost tapped up and then by Zeller.
Well, I'm really impressed by John Henson. This is where Kentucky has to show maturity.
That was Hairston reaching in and knocking it out. And Kid Gilchrist hits the floor.
Man, you hate to see that, Joe. Oh, you hate to see that. Just a hard swat down on the ball. And I'm not sure if it's the elbow. It looks like he grabbed the shoulder right away. The shoulder is really one of the more vulnerable joints in the body. I'm wondering if that was a pass, perhaps.
Zeller off the feed. Miller fires up the three and gets it to go. Other than one game against Portland this year when he was 4 out of 5 from 3 the rest of the season. So that was a big one by Miller. Back to Zeller, and the soft shot goes.
How much quicker did he make his move there, Jim?
Yeah, he didn't wait.
It was a catch.
Jones.
Big time. That's a big time move against pretty good defense there.
Game. Barnes. Zeller with position. And Davis maybe whistled for that one inside. Jim Nance and Clark Kellogg, pleased to be with you from Rupp Arena. And here, a look at the game summary inside of 8 minutes to go in the first half. Barnes. That's a 2. Had a foot on the line.
Can't leave him.
Two biggest name wins. Teague with the jumper and trips it to 7.
Court when the fast break isn't there. Carolina's played a very, very strong, mature game. And this guy's having some kind of first half. Terrence Jones, he's carrying the Wildcats offensively.
Back out high, Teague. Can they get another 3? No. Jones again, short. Kid Gilchrist rejected by Hairston. And coming out with it is Watts.
Great pass.
On the wing, that's a 3 by Bullock.
What a pass. That's what he does. He averaged attacking his defender off the dribble. He's got to go now, though.
Had his grandmother Pearl at a practice yesterday, watching with great pride. She's in from Portland, and he wanted to put...
Few games I've watched him. He's had the eye of the tiger, and the three-point shots continue to fall. Roy Williams, on average, three-point shooting team, so right about 40%. 5 for 13, but already they've surpassed their per-game average of makes here in the first half.
Yep, they've got 6. And it's also kind of interesting as you see Miller misses the free throw put back up. No, Kid Gilchrist unable to get the short one, and it's off Kentucky.
Drastically different teams when they met in March in the regional final. So this game, while we love it and it's important, will be championship caliber too.
Here's Kyle Wiltshire, freshman from Oregon, who's come in. And on the baseline, put up and in. Carolina with Barnes on the bench with the 3 fouls and a reach-in call on Teague.
As he takes a rest now. He's carried the Wildcats offensively, but he's that kind of player. I mean, he's a player of the year.
Tapped out by Zeller to keep possession. McAdoo gets the shot.
Assist to Kendall Marshall.
Inside of 2 minutes to go in the half. Miller. I'll tell you, Kid Gilchrist, something else on the offensive glass. Leaders like Brent Rice, who's the chairman of a task force here for the Arena Arts and Entertainment Commission.
Was in good position, but then he had that last little hop and jumped into the offensive player there.
Zeller unable to save it. Up ahead, Kid Gilchrist. Wow, what an explosion with that move. And Kentucky chipping away at this lead.
Stay tight.
Strickland with a 2.
That's really been the difference so far.
Here's Jones with 6 seconds. Slides off the rim. Carolina's got time. Up ahead, it's Henson. And misses the dunk at the buzzer and no foul.
Oh, something that he wears on his finger, but I thought he took his eyes off the basket momentarily.
That's the end of the first half with the score. North Carolina 43 and Kentucky 38. We'll send you to Tim Brando in Atlanta with AT&T at the half after this message and a word from your local station. All right, let's take a look at our Bud Light first half stats. North Carolina leading at 43-38. They only had 9 minutes out of Harrison Barnes in that first half, collecting 3 fouls.
Also highlight the three-point shooting there, Jim. But you're right, the issue with Harrison Barnes picking up that 3rd foul, that could be a factor. And then you look at the shooting percentage from North Carolina. They did a good job converting inside more so than Kentucky. I like the fact Kentucky won the free throw game just by 1 make, but 4 attempts, and they also did a good job on the glass. They just need a few more conversions at their offensive end.
And again, if Kentucky loses this game, your Buckeyes would move up to number 1.
It's always nice discussion material, but in reality, it's just a number next to your name. You want to be getting better, staying healthy, and improving for your conference season, and then getting ready for postseason play down the road. But how about Kentucky to challenge the shot and then come up with the rebound?
Lamb.
That's his shot.
Now he gets it down low. That's his shot. Doesn't go.
Get out of it now. Plenty of time on the shot clock. Good look for Gilchrist.
He got it. Feed it to Zeller.
Nice.
Strickland's open. Got the 2.
Ever out into it. Carolina, the experienced team that they are, has responded. But that's a big-time answer by the young fella. Kid Gilchrist with the nice lob for one of the few times Zeller did not maintain contact.
Strickland called for it. And the three-point play ties the game at 45.
No double team on Zeller.
Marshall, yes, with the 3.
At UNLV.
There's Davis and Marshall. Comes away with the steal. All want to head ahead up to Strickland. Strickland again. Out to Barnes off the swat, and Barnes so coolly knocks down a 3. Gilchrist spins. Wow, what a shot. And 1.
Young fella agitating in the washing machine. Kid Gilchrist to the rack, and he'll have a chance for the three-point play. And the talent is what we're seeing on display here with the individual performances. Jones, Gilchrist with that magnificent move. Barnes with his cool three-point shooting.
And there's the steal. 6 on the shot clock. Kid Gilchrist driving into the paint. Yes! 7.5. Pulled down by Jones with aggression. Team 14 has a chance to take it here, and does with Teague inside. Hairston with a 3 right back to North Carolina.
Even though they're young, they're showing a nice maturity here today.
Marshall left alone, and
nobody gonna stop the ball?
Nobody. Went right past Davis. No one was there to meet him in the paint. That's 7 as Lamb high off the glass and bouncing out to Marshall. Bounce pass. Missed the dunk with Strickland.
Cup it and dunk it. You're more prone to losing control of it.
That's McAdoo.
Tell you what, you're not getting anything easy at the rim today.
Webb in the game against eventual national runner-up UCLA, and you met that same UCLA team. In fact, in that tournament, Clark, you also got knocked out by the Bruins. McAdoo's dad.
Hey, I like you digging up the factoids, but don't opportunities, especially when you're on the road.
Jones rattles out. Up ahead is Henson. Shots. There's McAdoo. Baseliner. It's long. It's Henson who has it knocked out of his hands. And Lamb wants to challenge Marshall. And does so. Down to 2.
And never got in a hurry to finish.
Kentucky with a chance to tie or take the lead. With 10 on the shot clock. And down by 2. Lamb on the drive, lost it, still recovered, and takes it off the glass to tie it. Looking fatigued at the moment as Barnes comes up short.
Ideally, you'd like to get something going to the rim, and you give yourself a chance to be fouled.
Henson down low, under the cylinder, and gives North Carolina the lead back.
How about
Marshall, he knows his up ahead. Strickland, that is.
I think that's a case of fatigue with Lamb a little bit. Trying to post up Darius Miller on the smaller Strickland, which is a good call.
Miller, and 1.
And when he has caught it cleanly inside, he's been able to score.
Here's Miller at the line. Off the bench now in double figures with 10. And number one trims it to 1. At 60-59, North Carolina. Zeller doubled up.
Good hard double team, too. And he lost it.
Now we've got the other under 8 break. 10th turnover against North Carolina. Kentucky ball when we come back. 20 on the shot clock. Barnes is still not on the floor for Carolina as Davis gets the soft touch. Kentucky the lead at 61-60. They've had 8 lead changes in the game. And there is Davis crashing in for the rebound. Wiltshire gets it back. 3 on the shot clock. Whoa, what a move with the left hand off the glass.
Side out and then knock down the perimeter shot.
Zeller, left hand, yes.
Lamb is dangerous if he's free.
He's free. Well, we've had a momentum shift here, partner. Carolina did lead it at 60-56. Now a 10-2 stretch for Kentucky. What's happened?
Well, they've been able to execute offensively, and they've also been able to get inside. They've controlled the scoring in the paint, have the Wildcats, and I think the double teaming hard of Tyler Zeller has really been effective keeping that ball out of the paint for North Carolina. North Carolina to try to get the ball inside to one of its front line players, either Barnes, Henson, or Zeller. Risky pass and a turnover.
5 in the game. Lamb gives it up. Jones. Rebound Davis. Teague. Tapped out. Chase in the corner. Bullock got it to Marshall. Carolina has numbers. Zeller. Foul and heading to the line.
Kendall Marshall. He might be his equal.
That foul was on Kid Gilchrist. His first.
Point shot is a real dagger and weapon. Kentucky is going to try to beat Carolina off the dribble.
Lamb hitting the big shots. 3 of the last 5 years. Going back to Memphis and for a short stint a couple of years ago. Carolina hits it with Barnes.
Big time shot there.
It's called before the break. It was off Kentucky, so Carolina comes back, hits the big shot. Miller, meanwhile, responds at the other end. Back to 4 for the Wildcats.
Barnes can try to take over, and he's more than capable and lost it.
Yeah, he lost it as Miller was there to defend.
If you have to help.
4 on the shot clock, and it's going the other way. Call is on Miller for pushing off.
Yeah, he got it out there just enough to warrant the whistle. Side. No double this time with Davis playing behind.
Zeller, hook, off the rim. Henson's inside, and he's fouled by Kentucky.
Called it as if he had control, and that's 2 big free throws.
Kid Gilchrist. Foul call on North Carolina. They do not count the basket.
Nor should they. An aggressive mindset, and John Calipari was talking to him and Marcus Teague yesterday in practice. Still work to be done, but he's certainly done his part to this point.
Turned over by Carolina. Teague in the lane, back out high as we approach a minute.
1 minute left in the game.
Lamb lost it. Carolina takes it. Barnes gets it up near midcourt to Marshall. Snaps it cross court to the corner. Bullock, yes! Huge shot by Reggie Bullock. Sophomore who blew out a knee late in February, was not available for the tournament last year. It's twice he's done that this game, going cross court to him.
Down, this is where Teague has to be ready to look for his shot or create for somebody else.
He's driving and a whistle outside. And there was contact on the hip. He's got a 1-and-1. Marshall inside Zeller. Zeller lost the handle. Hinson has it. He's blocked by Davis. No foul committed, and Kentucky will take it by one. Off the block by Anthony Davis.
The young fella has shown tremendous poise all game long. Timed his jump perfectly. And then North Carolina, stunned by the block, stopped playing.
They still had time to commit a foul.
Jim, but they gave up on it.
That shot was taken at about the 4-second mark.
Inexplicably, the Carolina players conceded, did not foul, and they give Kentucky a one-point win in what was as excellent and as exciting as we anticipated.
2 years ago, Anthony Davis was a 6'2 guard only recruited by Cleveland State. Now he's a freshman starter at Kentucky.
Thank you, Jim. John, talk to me about this game. Obviously, tremendous quality both ways. All I can say is wow.
You know, to play a game this early in the season, December, it's like the first, and to have both teams play the way they did. Our team, all these freshmen and sophomores, to have sense to hold the ball, to be strong, to move it, grind it out like they did. I'm proud of my guys, really proud.
You talked about that a lot in your preparation yesterday. They actually executed just as you wanted them to, I thought.
Amazing. Again, we've had them together for a month and a half. And so they want to be coached. They love each other. They're playing for each other, and it makes us pretty good. I'm just going to say this. North Carolina is unbelievable. They could have easily made that shot and won this game, but my man here came out of nowhere to block it. They gave up the middle and did not let us throw lobs, and our guys kind of took advantage of it in there.
Well, I want to get the big guy in here before we let you go. Anthony Davis, congratulations. Terrific job. Take me first through the last play.
I was guarding Zeller, and Terrence had John, and they tried to throw the ball to Zeller in the post, and I was fighting him, and the ball got loose to John, and I saw him finna shoot, and I just ran over there with a high hand, jumped, and I tipped it, got the rebound, threw it to Marcus, and won the game.
Big time play by you. Talk to me about your patience throughout this game. It wasn't the kind of game that you've played in to this point. Talk about, one, the front line of North Carolina and that challenge, and then how you were able to stay poised throughout and not really force anything.
Yeah, North Carolina's an unbelievable team, like Coach Cal said. You know, they got John Henson, Cody Zeller, and you know they really tough in the post. You know, really outweighed me, and you know I got to really stay low. That's all it is. Coach Cal told me to stay low, stay posed, and they like to go to the right hand hooks. So I had to try to take that away, and we double team in the post.
Talk about this, what this game means in terms of being able to win it as a young team as you guys move forward and get ready for conference play down the road.
It's just all about team chemistry. You know, we all love each other. We all play for each other. No one man was trying to go out there and perform by himself. And we did that as a team, and we came up with the win.
Congratulations. Excellent job. We'll see you in a few weeks.
Thank you.
Jim, back to you, partner.
All right, thank you, Clark. So Kentucky wins it at 73-72. Everything we expected this game to be came down to the very end.